Hello there, I am Simar Kaur.
And I am Oshi Singh.
Welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Mic. Rockstar was released in 2011 and it has been re released in 2024 again after 13 years. There was a time when nobody understood what the film was about. Those who watched it and could relate, they could understand what the movie is. People since past few years have glamorized the movie so much and understood it so deeply that it had to be re-released and it has become a cult.
You see, life is like a movie. It is possible that a few sequences won't make sense to you. People won't understand your work, your craft, your art. They won't understand you. You won't understand what the storyline is about. But in the end, it will all make sense. There would be times when you might give up, but then remember this, that your life is just like the movie Rockstar. Re release it again. Be a rockstar.
Oshi, I recently went and watched Rockstar. I had never watched it before this because I always thought it was one of those lame romanticized love stories which made no sense and they failed to make a profound impact on me. However, my opinion completely changed after watching this masterpiece. My opinion about love, life, pain, regret, and a passion. It all changed after watching Rockstar. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I first watched it back in 2014 something, I think, but I was quite young then and I didn't truly capture the essence of the whole movie. I didn't even recall watching this movie, but like for a few years, I had this memory that kept bugging me, which was me and my mom sitting and watching a movie which was, in which Ranveer Kapoor is singing, and it was just us loving every second of the song. That's it. I didn't remember the movie. I didn't remember the song. I just couldn't remember anything at all. And me and my friends this year, we decided that since it has been re-released, let's go and watch it. While watching the movie, when that scene came, I was like, that's it. That's the movie I've been, the deja vu, it all kicked in. Anywho, I watched the movie again. This time, however, I could relate, not relate, but I did understand the essence of the movie. And I don't think anyone who watched that movie has returned the same. I think we all shared a small part of ourselves with each other after watching that movie.
I definitely agree with you. I think Rockstar is a seriously underrated masterpiece. Well, now it isn't, but when it was released, it was. From the storyline to the music to the cinematography, it's amazing. Simply amazing.
That is true. So now we keep talking about how amazing the movie is, but why don't we, dig a little deep? Why don't we talk a little about the theme of the movie and what we took away from it?
So initially, I thought was of the famous and tragic more than simply a tale of love and loss. It teaches us that pain is inevitable, regardless of how much and how far we try to run from what hurts us. At the end of the day, it's there right in front of us, staring into our soul, sending us into a void of realization. And, well, hope. I'm in love with the idea of us par, the idea that Imtiaz Ali never forgets to include in his storytelling. A place of peace, beyond good and bad, beyond right and wrong, beyond money and fame. Us par milenge. This sentence is not simply a quote, it's an emotion. It makes me feel at home. It makes me feel as if there is somewhere where I don't have to struggle or cry to feel at home. Apart from that, when you find the one for you, with whom you are just yourself, they mean the world to us. In a matter of moments, we can sacrifice everything for their sake, to be with them, to have them near us, to not lose them. You know, Oshi, there is a very beautiful Greek myth according to which we humans were originally born with four arms and four legs. On seeing how powerful we were becoming, the Greek god Zeus decided to split us into humans with two legs and arms, condemning us to spend our entire lives in search of our other halves. Isn't it simply
I had no idea about that story, and it's, yeah, it's magnificent. It's amazing. So basically, I went to watch this movie with my friends, and since I booked the tickets, I thought it would be some upbeat, fun, jolly movie, which was I just thought of it as a hit movie in 2012. But when the movie started, and I watched a little bit of it, I realized it was a lot more than that. The movie, according to me, was about pain in one's life. It was about accepting one's fate, your destiny. Even if it's painful, we need to understand that life moves on, and so should we. It taught us that our actions today affect our life tomorrow. Like in the movie JJ, he left everything just to be with here in the present, but that made his career very inconsistent. Not only that, JJ prioritizing here over his childhood passion for music taught us the change in priorities in one's life due to the circumstances. Besides all this, I feel one thing that we all took away from this was the need to believe in love. Many people, they all have different perspectives. For you, it was finding the one, all about love. For me, it was a little bit about pain. But I think one mutual thing was love, I feel.
that is all true and a little deep? So, she, apart from the theme, what do you think about the acting of the characters?
We all know even if the storyline is good, the movie would be flop if the acting was bad. I felt that Ranbir Kapoor's acting was spectacular. Like, I was able to sit there and sympathize with him. I may have shed a tear or two as well. I heard that the director was adamant that the role is made for Ranbir Kapoor only, and he wouldn't take any other actor instead of him. And Ranbir Kapoor's performance really proved him right. Even Nargis Fakri, who played Heer, was amazing. Do you know this role was originally for Sonam Kapoor, but then she turned it down, and then they went to Dinah Penty. She also turned it down, but then they went to Nargis. She took the job, and I feel she totally rocked it. I felt both of their actings was one of the best performances in their career, and they truly made the audience believe that they were made for this role. What do you think?
Well, I definitely agree with you, for one thing. Ranbir Kapoor is honestly the only Nepo actor I like in the industry. His performance was nothing short of spectacular. It never seems as if you're watching Ranbir Kapoor on screen. It's always his characters that he brings to life and that we're always able to relate to. There is this one particular instant in the song Kun Faya Kun when Ranbir stops singing and he looks up in the night sky in a sense of realization, bewilderment, awe, everything. That moment, his acting, it is so loud spiritually and emotionally that it literally gives me goosebumps talking about it right now. It only lasts a few seconds, but those few seconds seem to last for decades in the viewer's mind. In my mind, definitely, for sure. And of course, Nargis Fakhri, she was so charismatic. Her smile, her acting, her lovelorn gaze, she nailed it all. Both of them had such great chemistry on screen. I was wonderstruck by their performance and how they nailed playing such difficult and complicated characters. So it was definitely a worthwhile watch for me.
Definitely, like, I can't believe how they acted so much in love. Like, acting for me is a very difficult job. You have to go there, you have to act like you hate the person, even if you've just met a few seconds ago. Or like you have to act totally in love, make the audience believe that you guys are made for each other. So, and like they were able to convey it very, well. So I feel they did an amazing job. Apart from the acting,
Definitely.
apart from the acting and the theme, let's move on to the songs. So we all know how much you like music, and I feel everyone does. Like it's a way to communicate your feelings, your emotions, how you feel without telling it directly. It's the perfect way to communicate without actually communicating. We often even hear the news of two singers who used to talk or are in a grudge talking through songs and sending each other messages. I feel everyone knows about the beef between Kendrick and Drake. But moving from Rockstar's playlist, what is your opinion on that playlist? Kunfaya Anadam Parindam.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on the songs. The pairing of Imtiaz Ali and A.R. Rahman is always a Kun Faya Kun, the amount of times I have listened to that song at 3 in the morning and bawled my eyes off is surreal. The composition, the music video, the very desi feel the song has, it's nothing short of heavenly for me. I am really facing a shortage of words to describe how deep this song is and how close it is to me. I have a habit of delving a little too deep in music, and in order to understand and not simply feel the beauty of Kun Faya Kun, I had to read about it and the lyric translations as well. However, the first time I listened to it, I was awestruck, simply struck by how beautifully A.R. Rahman, Ishad Kamil, and Javed Ali complemented each other's works. Furthermore, I love Nadan Parinde and Katya Karu. Katya Karu is such a dainty, melodious, and feel good song, I feel. It never fails to bring a smile on my face. I simply love listening to it. And for Nadan Parinde, there is a particular part of Nadan Parinde sung by Mohan Chauhan, and it goes something like Kagare Kare Kagare Kare. Sorry. So yeah, the lyrics are a little complicated. It's something like Kagare Kagare Mori Itni Arach Tose Chun Chun Khaiyo Mas, and it goes on. And these lines, they have such a deep meaning. A lovelorn man asks a scavenging bird to gorge on all his flesh except his eyes. His eyes are through which he hopes to see his beloved, and so he pleads the bird not to eat his eyes. Isn't that simply beautiful?
It is beautiful indeed, Kumar. As for me, even if the storyline was bad, which according to me isn't, but if it was, the movie would still be a hit for its songs. I mean, whenever someone plays Kunfaya or Katyakaru or Nadan Parinde, it still rocks. Going on a long drive at night, and then, I went for a long drive once, and then it had all my friends, and then we were vibing on Nadan Parinde as if we'd, just been out of prison. So I feel they like all of them are a set of amazing songs.
Definitely, Oshi. I definitely agree with you. The playlist is it's just so beautiful. Moving on, what is your opinion on the wardrobe?
Oh. I loved the wardrobe. Like Ranbir Kapoor's costumes had all my attention and they were able to tell how he felt and what was going through, or like what he was going through. And Nargis Fakhri's costumes, like they were muted yet they were fashionable. Not only that, I loved her Kashmiri outfits. And like her college outfits, they were something that a normal, not famous college going girl would choose to wear. So it was kind of relatable as well. And then she had an easy, accessible, pleasant wardrobe. And I think it was true for both of them. So I think the wardrobe, like they killed it.
I agree, Oshi. The wardrobe was very realistic and very different from those fancy Bollywood dresses that actresses and actors are forced to wear in movies. Um, well, so now that we have covered all the aspects of the movie, Rockstar is not just a movie for many. It is an emotion for many people who have faced mountains of bereavement and cried waterfall of tears. There are so many more Imtiaz Ali movies and others as well that the audience ignores in pursuit of only streaming loud, colorful, but, well, meaningless Bollywood movies. Tamasha, Laila Majnu, Masan, Highway, Kala. They're such brilliantly written and executed movies with deep hidden messages. These movies are literal gems, but sometimes we, as the receiving audience, fail these movies. But you know what? They don't fail us. With time, their magic is celebrated by us. We need to take time in understanding these deep movies.
Yeah, I agree with you, Simar. Like, Rockstar is a very relatable movie. It was like from the songs, like we were able to capture the emotions, understand like if you're feeling sad, you can play one of the songs. If you're feeling free, you can play one of its songs. The wardrobe, it was not anything like, oh, Karan Johar's, like, it is not a Karan Johar's movie. Like, if you see any Bollywood movie, you would see a very expensive lehenga and you'd be like, oh, I wish I had that. It was nothing like it. And I think that is what, made the audience able to relate to it. Rockstar is just one example that shares such a deep message. There's so many movies which were underrated at the time of their release, but with time, people were able to understand and comprehend their stories. Jordan's childhood dream, his rise to fame, his success, it all came at a price. And there is no greater price that we humans can pay than losing someone we love with all our heart. Life is a symphony of love, loss, regret, success, and emotions. And we were mere puppets who simply endure, endure, endure. From passionate beginnings to shattered dreams, the film paints a poignant portrait of a of a soul entangled in chaos of love and loss. So, in all, love, loss, it's all a silent tale in chaos. With that, our dear listeners, reach an end to today's episode. We sincerely hope you enjoyed it and would like to thank everyone who has helped us achieve the success of today's episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, same date, same time next month.